It started. It started.
I'm a firm believer that politicians need to earn your vote. I think the Democrats have an attitude sometimes that because of lesser evil voting and harm reduction,
From the DNC.
they feel like they're entitled to the vote of the average citizen.
Yeah, you're all set.
Thank you.
From the DNC.
What's going on? I'm not committed to the Democratic Party. That doesn't mean I'm going to vote for the Republicans, obviously. That, terrifies people. Hi. Hasan, nice to meet you.
You're going to go live as soon as you get up
Yes.
there. Piker had been invited to the convention as part of Creators for Camelot.
This backdrop is ass, right? But that backdrop, this is fire.
An attempt by the DNC to bring streamers and influencers into the Democratic tent. But Piker had other ideas.
Free Palestine!
Like the protesters gathering outside the convention's gates, and like even some of the delegates on the convention floor.
Yeah, first day I went to
Vice
the
President
Palestine
Harris,
rally instead of the
we
DNC.
will support you. When you call for a ceasefire and an arms embargo,
Irish,
you will
yeah.
be greeted with the most applause.
Piker was threatening not to vote for the Democratic nominee for president.
Thank you.
When are you endorsing this ticket? I mean, when I see some momentum on Gaza.
David Hogg, a survivor of the Parkland shooting and co-founder of March for Our Lives.
David Hogg was in Chicago too, and while he'd gone on TV backing Harris...
Why do young voters like Kamala Harris?
Ultimately, I think it's that they're excited for somebody new.
He warned the party needed to change its approach to the war in Gaza.
Lift the siege on Gaza now!
I'm not a foreign policy expert, but I don't think you need to be one to know that what we're doing hasn't been working. I don't want to see this horrific violence continue anywhere.
From the river to the sea!
Why do you think there was such division here at the DNC?
Because the Democrats are in charge right now. They're the power. They're the party in power. They are funding and facilitating, aiding and abetting Israel's genocidal campaign in Gaza.
The issues that Piker and Hogg were talking about back in Chicago have come to play a defining role in the fight for the future of the Democratic Party.
This is pretty good so far. Okay, Donnie. Donnie cooked.
Hogg and Piker are now part of an insurgency.
Hogg has pledged to spend millions funding primary challenges to what he calls asleep-at-the-wheel Democrats.
Hasan Piker, who, to quote Politico, is driving a wedge in the Democratic Party.
An insurgency against centrist Democrats. One that is challenging party norms.
These races do seem representative of this real struggle the party is going through right now, post-2024.
And energizing young voters.
Abolish ICE, free Palestine, and tax the rich!
An insurgency that hopes to spark a revolution in the Democratic Party.
Well, I mean, I did rip his shit. Let's be real. Shout out Big Z.
It's No Kings Weekend, and tens of thousands of people, young and old, have descended on Midtown Manhattan.
Where do we think the front of this actually is?
Honestly, I don't believe in the Democrat Party at all. I think they're all feckless losers.
The Iran war has been raging
It's
for
true.
months, and while everyone here is protesting President Trump, many are also frustrated with the Democratic Party.
This is big because,
the
Donnie is
Democratic
basically
Party,
trying
because
to,
of its donor base,
educate the
trying
boomers
to
that watch
push its
CNN that,
base towards
what's
the center,
actually going on.
And nobody wants to
You know
be
what I
in the
mean?
center right now.
Cynthia
just refuse to
Nixon,
see
who
this
played
stuff
Miranda
completely.
in Sex and the City, ran for governor of New York as a progressive in 2018.
I've always identified as a Miranda.
Yeah, I've known him for years.
What has, do you think, changed?
I was a day one fan of
within
his
the
at
Democratic
CNN, and
Party
I've
since
watched his
you ran for
career.
governor?
I think not enough has changed within the Democratic Party. And I think the Democratic Party is a slow, lumbering giant, very slow
Look,
to wake up.
Let's just say this documentary was probably very hard to push at CNN. Like, very hard to get out at CNN.
The election of Zoran Mamdani. It's a democratic
Sure.
socialist, which is a dirty word for a lot of people. We've got more and more people like him running across the country.
At the heart of the insurgency is the DSA, the Democratic Socialists of America.
Yeah!
The DSA is the largest socialist political organization in the country.
That's a Hasanabi
and it's
head.
working to pull the Democratic Party
He's
to
in
the left.
he's in Detroit. Tall guy.
Today they are holding
He's
a
in
rally
Detroit right
here
now.
in
He's
the
in
Bronx in
NYC
support
DSA.
of their
Those
New
are
York candidates.
all NYC. This is all New York City.
It's not Bernie, it is you. It's all of us together. The work that you did to elect Zoran as mayor will not only impact this city, it is reverberating all over the world.
He's right.
You're a Democratic Socialist.
I am.
You've never run for office before.
Daraliza Avila Chevalier is one of the
That's my
candidates
girl.
running for DSA in New York.
Folks need to be able to see themselves in the Democratic Party again. I, like them, have felt abandoned by the establishment. Instead of sending all our money onto these foreign wars, we need folks who are willing to reinvest that money into our communities, into our babies, making sure that we have universal childcare, free public education from cradle to college.
Hassan Piker has become a regular fixture at rallies.
That's
for
Chris
DSA
Rapp, the guy I was
and
telling you
other
about earlier.
right-wing candidates,
In Philly, he
many
won.
of whom are seeking to unseat Democratic incumbents.
Make some noise for Hasan Piker!
I have never seen a crop of talent as bold and as brave as the New York City DSA slave. People are demanding a different politics, something not beholden to corporate or pro-Israel or imperialist interests.
Michigan Senate candidate Abdul El Sayed plans to rally with far-left anti-Israel streamer Hasan Piker.
This is about being able to bring people back into our politics.
As Piker's influence has grown, so too has scrutiny of his political
That's
positions.
Ken from New York
and
Times.
his
That's the
past
guy who was
statements.
covering me in
America
real time when I got
deserved 9/11, dude.
kicked out.
I'm saying
of the DNC.
Palestinians have a right to dignity, a right to emancipation, a right to live free lives, free from this occupation. Doesn't matter.
Now it's a
Doesn't
clip show.
matter if rapes happen on October 7. Like, that doesn't change the dynamic for me even this much.
Some view
Full clip.
Piker and the wider DSA and left-wing movement as dangerous.
Hasan Piker, one of the most outspoken, toxic, anti-Semitic
My boldest
influencers
op,
in
Jonathan!
The DSA is an insane
He's my baldest op. I got a lot of bald ops.
It is literally rat poison anywhere outside of the most deep blue places in America.
Yeah!
Those people call themselves Democrats. Call yourself Democratic Socialist.
I mean, I think a lot of them do, right?
Good, but don't call yourself Democrat.
Others see the campaign as a reckoning for a party out of step with its voters.
There's the debate about what voters want and what makes a candidate electable. The battle for the future of the Democratic Party is not going to play out like it used to.
So I'm hitting the campaign trail, talking to candidates
Let's go knock some doors and let's win.
and those working behind the scenes, following the fight for the future of the Democratic Party.
What do we do? What do we do?
Don't say these pod libs, bro. They probably defended me. Okay, calm down. You guys are so silly. Okay, dude, this is aura. This is aura. So far, this has been fire. I love it.
I thought that was
personally.
it?
No. It's just a commercial break. No, so I don't know how long it is. It's probably like 20 minutes.
I was like,
it's
what
not
the-
gonna be. It's not gonna be like an hour. It's probably gonna be only like 20 minutes, unfortunately. But like, the thing is,
Unfortunately.
no, cause dude,
I think I'll be closer to an hour.
you think it'll be an hour?
An hour?
I mean, we'll see. I just asked Donnie how long it is, but hold on. This focus is so busted again. Okay, it's working now. Probably more because PBD Gottheimer. Yeah, that's true. So, wait, PBD Patrick. Oh no, you mean Pod Save America, not PBD.
I thought Patrick Bet
Patrick
David.
Bet David, my goat. I would have lost my mind if he got Patrick Bet David on it. Holy shit. all my favorites, all my faves. These are all like, I'm such a fucking nerd. Like none of these people are even remotely relevant for normies at all. Like, do you like? They're.
I see Patrick Bet-David stuff.
Yeah, but Patrick Bet-David is obviously relevant for normies, but he's not probably on this,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But I mean, like Jonathan Greenblatt. He's the head of the Apartheid Defense League, which.
Not what they're called.
Oh, sorry. I'm so automatic with it. I didn't even think. I was just like, Apartheid Defense League. ADL is the Anti-Defamation League.
Got it.
Yeah, and he's and I called him the Apartheid Defense League because they defend the Israeli apartheid, and he's like supposed to be the like premier defender of anti-Semitism, but like he has so aggressively just defended Israel. He defended Elon Musk when Elon Musk did the Sig Heil, remember? On inauguration, he was like, "Oh, he's just quirky."
His stim?
Yeah, he was just stimming. He was just autistic stimming. Because he had to say that because Elon is super pro-Israel, super wealthy, so like he has to defend these guys who are like straight up fucking Nazis.
Marjorie
you know?
Stoneman Douglas High School.
A deadly school shooting in South Florida.
The shooter walked down the hallway. I heard a young man crying for his mother.
After 17 people were killed in a shooting at his high school in Parkland, Florida.
Parkland.
People are going to keep
David
saying
Hogg is
it's
the
not
other
gonna
guy
happen
that
to
he's
you.
like following
But when you
along.
don't take action, things like this eventually will happen to you.
David Hogg dedicated his
You know what's funny?
life
I was at that
activism.
rally. I spoke at the March for Our Lives as well. Ironically enough, many years
In
ago.
February of last year,
How are we doing, fellow Democrats?
he became co-chair of the DNC
Justin
and led
Pearson,
an effort
he's
to
the man.
unseat Democrats in primary elections who he said were asleep at the wheel.
We are here to find the most effective young people in our country, truly generational leaders, and replace people that are failing to meet the moment right now.
It's pretty unusual for a top member of Democratic leadership to openly plot to kick incumbents out of office. And yet, that's what my guest today is doing.
The move was not well received by party leaders and party elders.
To go out and raise money to defeat members of the same party. I think that's jackassery
he hates both of us. Well, he likes
After
David
a few
now.
months, Hogg resigned from the DNC, but he's continued fighting for generational
No, he's
change.
Bill Clinton's campaign manager from back in the day.
I want to introduce David Hogg, who has been working to engage younger voters.
I'm here today because I want to feel hope in politics again.
Hogg is using his PAC Leaders We Deserve to support young candidates who refuse
David is
to
kind of
accept
like
dark
the
special
much
interest
more
money.
brand safe version
Maybe the
of what I
reason
do.
young
That's
people
not like
are
a
not huge
socialist.
fans of Democrats or politics in general is because politics doesn't give a shit about them. You guys ready to change that?
Yes.
Eat your hat,
Why was there a
Carville.
need
He will be
for
after
what
this.
you're doing within the Democratic Party's infrastructure?
Have you seen the Democrats? I mean, if you look at Congress, I think it kind of speaks for itself. We have a government that is dominated and focused on people that are legislating that are not going to live to see the effects of many of the policies that they're passing.
True.
The reality is, we cannot continue to sell democracy to a generation that the system that we call democracy is not working for. And I think New York City is actually one of the first places we did that. We were Zoran's largest funder in his primary. We spent $300,000 supporting him.
Today, he's campaigning in Brooklyn with Claire Valdez, a Democrat primary candidate in New York's 7th District.
I'm Claire Valdez, and I approve this message because this campaign is about you, not me. But can I talk about you?
Like Mamdani, Valdez is a democratic socialist.
The sort of older generation that is afraid of the word socialist, that's not sticking with young people, right?
It's true, and you know, we see after poll that democratic socialism is becoming more
the
popular,
Irish guy.
kind of in
He's
every
very
age group,
cool.
but especially with young voters. And I think it's
spite of the
precisely
fact that
because,
he
you know,
just,
like me, so many people have worked low-wage jobs, felt like they had no career path, felt really locked out of home ownership and what we've, traditionally thought of as the American dream. And we know that the system is the problem.
Democratic
The people
Socialist
do.
Zoran
That's it.
Mamdani will be
That's
elected
it.
the next
The only people that
mayor
f with me are the people.
New York.
Every
it's
media.
impossible not to feel a sense of hope for a better tomorrow.
Mamdani's historic win and success with an open
entire country.
democratic
Turkey,
socialist
Israel,
platform
UK, America.
shocked
Wait, Turkey
many
don't-
within the
Turkey don't fuck
Democratic
with me.
Party.
Oh my
I no longer have to
What we gotta do?
prove that this kind of politics works. I can just point the Zoran.
One communist on the faculty of one university is one communist too many.
Communism and socialism have long been bad words in American politics. Dating back to the McCarthy hearings and the Cold War, America stood for capitalism.
They use the word social democrat because it sounds so nice, but it's really communism you're talking about.
But that is changing.
You understand, I think rightly, this is social democracy. This is not gulag socialism. This is not the Soviet Union socialism.
Socialism, on the other hand, up like a rocket. Look at this.
Harry
2
Emden.
in 3 Democrats have a favorable view
Harry
of
Emden.
socialism.
Capitalism is
Mr.
even less
Holy
popular
Toledo.
among young people.
If politicians want to know how to get elected, it is not complicated. Do your job and represent the people, not the special interests buying out our elections. What I think a lot about is the fact that if we do not start making our political system work for people that feel like they are living in a broken promise, where they've done as a generation everything we've been told on average, right? We've gone to college at some of the highest rates of anybody of any generation in American history. Contrary to popular belief, we've actually voted at the highest rates of any generational cohort at our age in American history, consistently.
Often when belief in the system collapses, civil unrest and violence follow.
The CEO of United Healthcare was murdered this morning.
Some young Americans celebrated the murder of healthcare CEO Brian Thompson.
Unfortunately, I don't think that we really lost that great of a member of our society.
How do you think Brian Thompson's family feels when they hear that?
Well, obviously, I'm not going to try to say something insensitive about his children.
That's
but
crazy.
I do
To just
want
be
to
like
kind of
known
remind
as a
the people
Luigi
that he
Mangione
was also
supporter on
denying
television is
life-saving
wild,
care
but
to
hey,
hundreds, if not thousands,
to
of
each their
families.
own.
How do you think their families feel when their loved ones are lost?
How do you feel about that? And clearly, as somebody who has survived gun violence in this country.
I'll tell you, it is the thing that keeps me up at night more than anything. And it's not just like that specific instance. There is a deep, deep, deep frustration with how our political system is not working for the people who need it most.
Good answer.
If
Okay,
we do
David.
not start to make it work, people are going to find somebody who promises to do that, even if it's without democracy.
We need to fight against a system.
Okay, that wasn't a bad answer. But he's primarily a gun violence advocate. He's a Parkland.
There is clearly an appetite for change. But Democrats are divided on just how radical that change should be.
It's more than mine.
The Democratic collaborators too.
It's me, that's your boy.
I thought the big takeaway in 2024 was Democrats need to go everywhere. Wasn't that the takeaway? I'm shocked.
Keith
that we're
Edwards,
seeing
he's a
moderate,
political commentator,
center-left
consultant.
Democrats saying they're not even going to speak to Hasan Piker when we know that the best way to get a message out is to go to places where they might not otherwise hear it.
Looking swaggy is fine. It's not a big deal. It's nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? Bro, that was a huge deal, actually.
He's transcendent.
Low key. I
wearing the Japanese
wore well, that's the Japanese one. They didn't get mad about that one, but I wore a Chinese one, and they were like, bro, this guy, it was on news. It was on Fox News. They were freaking out.
Oh, it's like swapping jerseys during the World Cup.
Yeah, they were like, how dare you? No,
look
because when I went
everywhere.
to China, I met a tailor in Shanghai, and he was like the original family that invented this very specific type of Chinese suit, and it was worn, and it still is worn by a lot of people, especially in Asia. It's like a different kind of collar and stuff. And I wore it to this College Democrats of America meeting, and I was just ripping into the Democrats, ripping into the Republicans, and they were like, this guy.
The Chinese flag in your background.
Yeah, oh, dude, I mean, let's look at it real quick while the ad break is happening. Hold on. They call me a Maoist.
Gotta get you in a dashiki next.
They're gonna, yeah. Look at this. Look at this. Libertarians use Hasan Piker's praise of Mao Zedong to educate the youth about socialism. Hasan Piker vows never to criticize Mao Zedong and resurface video. Hails him as great leader. Excesses.
Wait, can you talk about that video? Because I always hear about it written, but I've never seen it.
What video?
Where do you say you vow never to criticize?
Oh, I was joking because I was saying we were talking about how I got like stopped by the cops at Tiananmen Square, and I was like, the cops thought I was making fun of Mao Zedong, and I jokingly go, I would never make fun of Mao Zedong. And then I seriously say, like, he's a great leader of, he's a great man of history, right?
Do you think? Oh, sorry.
And then afterwards, I was like, and there's a lot of excesses through the Cultural Revolution. Of course, there's like a lot of, reasonable critique of the things that have happened, but they took the part where I said, I never criticized Mao Zedong. He's a great leader. He changed the course of the universe. And they were like, he loves Mao Zedong. Which, I mean, I'm fascinated by, I'm not a Maoist, but I think he's a fascinating figure for sure.
Thumbnails. Do you think they pick bad thumbnails for you sometimes?
Yeah, this photo. They do this on purpose.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they do
this. It makes your eyes look like they're a little...
Yeah. Yeah, and my mouth too.
Yeah,
Because I'm like shifting to the Zen or whatever. They do that. There's a couple photos like that, actually.
That's why you should stop doing that in public.
Zinning?
Yeah.
I can't stop zinning.
No, you can on stream it's okay, but in public
I have to. Bro.
Everyone makes weird faces. Sometimes.
Yeah, there's no cool way to zen, like
I
especially
know.
in the middle.
But like, look, this is a cool photo.
That's decent. Yeah, I with that.
Yeah. Anyway, so they were like really freaking the fuck out because I was wearing this guy's suit, and yeah, there it is. That's the suit, right? You see that? Yeah. This is the speech. I mean, if you listen to the speech, I'm not saying anything
governments
like
from history that engaged in actual authoritarian communism. Take Hasan Piker, a popular far-left commentator associated with the DSA. He recently spoke at a gathering of college Democrats and explained his plan to drive all the non-socialists out of the Democratic Party.
In fact, we have a message. We are coming. We are on boss. We're on bot. We're unbound. And we will become undeniable.
You might have some questions about...
Yeah, they got real mad. With suit and like the statement combined, they were like, "That's how dare you say like that."
That was a powerful speech, though.
Thank you.
You had a lot of like.
Yeah, I was going.
You practiced that one in the mirror?
I practiced it one time before the speech, like right before the speech.
Because I feel I don't got like a good like yelling voice, like.
I don't either.
Like when it's like if you're at a concert and they say make some noise, what sound are you making?
Yeah. Make some noise.
But what sound are you making when they say make some noise?
Oh.
Right? You can't, there's no noise to make.
No, I feel you. And also, what if your voice cracks? Oh. That's my fear. Like I go up there and I'm just like, we are on boss. And then I go, we are on bound. Like it's over. Like the aura loss from that is so bad. I might as well die.
Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah, everyone's gonna.
Sometimes I do like the boxing shoes like before my fights, and I'm like flexing, like, but I can't do it. So I'm like,
oh, so you just hot air.
Yeah, just
nothing.
Bro, if you do that, it's weird.
All right.
Make some noise.
Oh, thank you.
We gotta get a picture.
This is St. Louis.
I appreciate you, homie.
Oh, he's so cute.
We also have with us Mr. Hasan Piker.
What's going on, St. Louis?
He's Aura. That's Aura.
Hasan Piker has been traveling the country, leveraging his online fame to back progressive candidates and broadcasting their rallies to his 3 million Twitch followers.
We all know the Republicans are corrupt. We all know that they're monsters, they're racist, they traffic in hatred. But we are here to say we are no longer going to vote for do-nothing Democrats either. We're voting for Democrats with a purpose.
Not bad.
It feels like you're running.
No, it's what people keep saying, but I'm not.
Are you concerned that pushing the candidates that you're pushing, you might end up hurting the Democrats nationally in a general election?
I've heard this concern a lot. They said my allegiance with Zoran was actually going to hurt his chances. Andrew Cuomo tried to exploit that. He tried to really hammer on this point that I was a dangerous radical, and so was Zoran by associating with me. I think for far too long, the conventional wisdom in Washington was don't respond to the needs of the people. Always focus test your messaging and try to find a moderate centrist vision. And we're finding out that the Zoran-style candidacy, the Bernie-crats, are rising up in popularity and fighting against the establishment and seeing tremendous success.
Tremendous success indeed. But political story of the summer is the far left success in New York, in Colorado, California, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey.
It's crazy how many campaigns I've worked on that just, how many been on? I don't even know. This guy's a stud. He was at 9/11. He was a first responder. He saved a congresswoman's life.
Nice to meet you. I'm Johnny O'Sullivan.
One might think all the energy and excitement about a new generation of candidates might be a cause for celebration within the Democratic Party.
This is what I call
probably
a sign of advanced civilization.
But not for party veteran James Carville.
How are you feeling about the midterms?
I feel very good. The only thing that can derail us, we could nominate some of the wrong candidates in the wrong place and not be as successful as I hope.
The wrong candidates, what do you mean by that?
All right, let's take in Michigan. Now, Al-Said is highly competent, but he's way left. I see challenges from the, quote, progressive left, unquote. And these people are too hard-headed to know that they're not popular.
I'll be
People
honest.
like him.
He's a mercenary.
But if you get a
I think if
skewed
like
turnout in a primary,
instead of neoliberalism, if it was socialism,
you
he'd
might
be a
end up losing a race.
Like he'd be the
that you should
biggest.
have never lost in the first place.
He would
When
be
you say
a party
progressive left,
apparatchik,
you
like
sort of,
in a different
there's a
universe.
tone of
You know what I mean?
contempt there.
Yeah. So you were
He's
very
not.
wise. I hope the camera was able to pick up the contempt.
It's high definition, yeah.
Yes. They don't win elections. They never run against Republicans. They just run against other Democrats.
So your Democrats
And-
suck then, I guess.
Their only message is, we're going to blow everything up.
At this point, you hadn't vetted Graham Plattner. You hadn't done a full scrub of who he is.
I don't like that this.
How did
I
you
don't
go
like that
about
we're
vetting?
being looped in here. I don't like. I did not have anything to do with this. Okay. You hear about this guy with the Nazi
If what the
tattoo?
voters wanted were people who were grown in vats and had never done or said
Oh, God, his
anything
vocal
that
fry,
they might
bro,
regret
is
their
so
entire
triggering.
lives, we'd have a very different country.
Plattner, who said he was unaware of the tattoo's Nazi
No, this guy's a
association,
Nazi tattoo.
explained that
He
it was the
dropped
result
out
of a drunken
because it
night
came out he
out
raped
18
someone.
years ago.
Allegedly.
And some have generated a lot of controversy.
Daralisa Avila Chevalier is now facing
She's so
questions
cool.
about deleted tweets saying that she's sympathetic to communism, to Soviet figures, criticizing interracial relationships, saying black and Arab men are both fetishizing ugly colonizer women.
I did not delete those tweets because I was running for office.
It's
I
very
deleted my
clearly
entire
in
Twitter
jest. It's not like a real
many
fucking
years ago.
With one
misinformation
accusation
position.
culminating
Not Dr.
in
Umar.
Graham Plattner ending his bid for
I hate when people like
Graham Plattner
post that shit, like it's like
By definition,
sincere. Like
yes.
people will take a very clear joke. and
Any
take it seriously.
accusation of non-consensual behavior is categorically false.
Back in Washington, D.C., it's not only the left-wing candidates that are making some Democrats nervous. It's
these are
also
my other
their
ops,
support
third way.
from Hassan Piker. Jonathan Cohn runs the Democratic centrist group
Yeah, of course he's never heard of
Third
him. They're a
Way.
fucking DC think
Hasan
tank. They
Piker
don't do shit.
is unknown to most Americans who determine
True.
elections. Swing independent voters have never heard of Hasan Piker. The ones who have wouldn't like him. He's known and popular among a very small subset of young people
This
who
guy's
are
gonna make
super
real
online
impact in
and
fucking
very
Wisconsin.
radicalized. Fine, have at it. That's how he makes a living.
You mentioned Piker isn't that famous, but you wrote a Wall Street Journal op-ed about him.
He did.
Why did you think it was important to do that?
We called him out because we wanted to warn mainstream Democrats not to associate with him, not to elevate him,
They did
not
that.
to put
They
him
put the
on
beat on
their
me.
platforms or campaign with him.
This is like,
because,
he
in fact,
thought he was King
that
Von.
will drive
I mean,
away
the way he was
swing
dissing you sound like the
independent
beginning of a
moderate
diss
voters
track.
that
Just
we
need a
need to
beat
win.
on it.
On Capitol Hill, Democratic Representative Josh Gottheimer went so far as to co-author a resolution
wrote a fucking
condemning
whole bill
Piker
around
for
me.
what he described as anti-Semitic hate speech.
This is hate
That's a
speech
Democrat too,
intended
that
to
piece of
incite
shit.
violence.
Lovely.
Okay. Yeah, how'd that work out? How'd that
Are
work out for you
surprised at
guys?
just how big an issue Israel has become?
I'm kind of surprised how this issue has become almost a litmus test in primaries across the country.
How do you think that's happened?
Sometimes these issues just, they get a mind of their own. I don't even think when I talk to voters about it and say, well, You're screaming and yelling at me. What really are you upset about? And it's based on,
you like that one.
I think, a lot of disinformation out there. I often don't really get an answer except, I don't know, I saw something on TikTok.
Hasan Piker, you introduced a resolution condemning him, along with Candace Owens, for, I think, what you characterize as anti-Semitic hate speech. Can you talk us through why was it important to single out Hasan Piker and Candace Owens in particular?
Well, when you start ignoring hatred, and this is, again, look at history against any community, and the hatred bubbles up.
It's so shameless the way they lie about me. It's crazy.
If you don't extinguish the fire, the flames just grow. And Hasan Piker is not just some random guy walking down the street screaming something hate-filled. He has millions of followers on his streaming platform. By the way, so does Candace Owens, right? Left and
always
right,
an afterthought. Candace is always an afterthought. They packaged her in
spewing
just to make it more legitimate.
Disinformation
and bipartisan
lies and deceit, but ginning people up and targeting communities, including Jewish people.
She's actually anti-Semitic.
Hasan Piker, of the many controversial statements he has made, he has
I know. I'm saying it's
disavowed
established
some.
credibility
He has
for
said
the
some have
piece.
been taken out of context. But I mean, ultimately, he stands by statements in terms of broad support for Hezbollah, broad support for Hamas. But there's also viral clips of him at a speech, I think in Oxford in the United Kingdom, talking about anti-Semitism and the plague that is.
Anti-Semitism is a canary in the coal mine of fascism.
Ooh, how's he going to respond to
It's one of the
that?
oldest bigotries that has caused those of the Jewish
Getting
faith
this on
a
CNN
tremendous
is
amount of
crazy.
pain. From pogroms to the Holocaust, Jews have always been singled out by those in power as a scapegoat
classic
for
anti-Semite
instability
behavior.
and economic volatility.
Hasan Piker's argument is that he is anti-Zionist
Okay, Tony.
and not anti-Semitic, and that they are two very different things.
If that's what he believes, then he should probably practice that, because he has done a very good job of smushing the two together.
We have Bernie Sanders and AOC in the building.
He had nothing.
Despite
That's
the
all you
controversies,
got?
there are prominent Democrats who recognize Piker's influence and want his followers in
Black
the party.
Santa.
I'm going to do rapid fire now.
For many on the left, Israel has become a litmus test.
Calling out Israel's genocide.
Yeah.
Ending aid to Israel.
Yes.
Sanctioning Israel.
Yes.
A free Palestine.
Of course.
But just how fine is the line between criticism of Israel?
The only real tolerated form of anti-Semitism.
Oh my God, it's Douglas. It's this. This
Zionism,
guy's
as we
literally a
just heard, is
fascist,
simply
but he's
right
pro-Israel,
of the
so they
Jews
let him
to
say whatever the fuck he wants.
self-determination in their historic homeland.
An anti-Semitic hate.
What
you're saying here about voting for Hamas?
I'm not literally capable of voting for Hamas or Israel.
But isn't that the point of it, though, right? Like, so why say it?
Ooh, this is good. This is good. Okay, I like that. I like that. That line. So here's what's really insidious. For the last 13 years, I've been too woke, right? Everybody in the Democratic Party have said like, oh, you're too woke. You care too much about social issues. You care too much about bigotry. We have to drop the bigotry. We have to be a little bit transphobic. We have to, kind of drop this whole protecting undocumented migrants. They've never said it about anti-Semitism, to be fair, but there's never been a moment where I've been anti-Semitic. As a matter of fact, I've literally always opposed anti-Semitism and still do to this day. So what the media does is they've positioned certain clips to be like, he's always criticizing Israel. Why is he doing that? Oh, there's a lot of Jewish people that live there. Is that why he's doing it? And they never show. This is, I think, the first time a mainstream outlet has ever shown at least a fraction of my commentary on anti-Semitism being like a canary in the coal mine, and how fascists are always anti-Semitic, and in the past 13 years there's thousands of hours of me fighting back against anti-Semitism, and it's so fucked up that the most common way that mainstream media will cover this story is just to be like, well, he said stuff that people call anti-Semitic. At most, that's the best, most charitable coverage I'll ever get. They'll say he's a controversial podcaster with statements that some people consider anti-Semitic. It's like, okay, well, you're just trying to avoid a defamation suit at that point. You're not really actually saying the truth. So this is, I think, the first time that they've shown just like one of my, many different pieces where I've like railed against anti-Semitism. And the fact that he brought it to Josh Gottheimer personally, that's excellent.
I gotta give credit to our guy down here because he's doing a good job. But he also, at the end of that, very end of that clip, he also pushed back on you.
Yeah, no. We had a very tough conversation where he just basically put the whole anti-Semitism bill in front of me.
We start here at 5:30 with Commitment 2026.
Yeah, look, this
just
is how
9
they
days
cover
until
me
the
in
August
media.
primary election. Democratic socialist and candidate for Governor Francesca Hong holding a rally alongside controversial political streamer Hasan Piker and Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar at South Milwaukee High School today.
Oh my gosh, she was crying.
Well, News' TJ Dysart joins us live in the newsroom this evening. TJ, some Democratic
Oh my
candidates.
God, this dude is literally. What is this dude? That's crazy.
He's kind of like he's been making like some like viral videos in Milwaukee.
Oh, he has been?
Yeah.
How old is he?
I don't know.
He looks
He's younger
like,
though, but he does like I always see him on like Instagram. And
He looks
TikTok.
like no disrespect. I don't know what his politics are, but he looks like he could be a groiper secretly.
For governor have criticized Hong for associating herself with Piker.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, Kendall, including Democratic candidate David Crowley. 35-year-old political streamer Hasan Piker has drawn criticism in recent years over comments critics have described as anti-Semitic. He also faced widespread backlash in 2019 after saying the U.S., quote, deserved the September 11th attacks.
Not only are we going to run up the numbers for Francesca Hong on August 11th, but we are going to take that victory to the general election to make sure that the Republican Top Tiffany never gets a seat of power ever again.
Now, Piker previously pledged his support for Hong earlier this summer when the Democratic Socialist appeared on his stream in late June.
This wasn't a bad.
Since then, he has participated in fundraising efforts supporting Hong's campaign. The appearance comes with just 9 days remaining until Wisconsin's August primary election. Now, when asked about the criticism surrounding Piker, Hong said she welcomes his support.
Is it a risk appearing alongside these guys as you kind of frame and head into the general?
It would be a risk not to try to build the broadest coalition possible. I think that one of the reasons we...
Yeah, he literally said like he's had anti-Semitic comments, and he said the thing about 9/11. They love the 9/11 one, which is crazy because it was in 2019.
That was a long time ago.
And not only was it in 2019, it was like the full quote is me like very clearly talking about how like we brought it upon ourselves, all the stuff. But like doesn't matter. It's a hot button quote. It's you got me. It's fine. I apologized for it the next day, and no one ever brought it up for years until after October 7th. Oh, CNN is back. Leading into Election Day as well. Anyway, love you all, and I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place.
For his critics, the 35-year-old has become a symbol of the far-left insurgency in the Democratic Party.
All right, we're here.
One that they say will lose general elections and hurt Democrats' chances of taking over the Senate in the midterms.
Our community will be there every step of the way.
James Carville says this is all going to implode at the general election.
Yeah, as opposed to previous neoliberal Democratic candidacies that have been spectacular successes so far. Hillary Rodham Clinton in 2016 and Kamala Harris in 2024. I don't think I'm like exceptionally good at proselytizing the gospel of socialism necessarily. I think there are a lot of people who are just like, this is not working. Cost of living crisis is completely out of control. Democrats haven't done anything about it. Republicans haven't done anything about it. There has to be a different alternative.
Piker became an issue himself in the Democratic Party when he first campaigned with Abdul El-Sayed, who was running in the Michigan Democratic primary for U.S. Senate.
That's a state that Trump won. And Abdul El-Sayed is my guy. There was a lot of controversy surrounding my affiliation with him, and there was a month of media coverage. And in the aftermath of that, polls came out, and it showed that Abdul had actually risen to the top. He was in third place before that happened.
and he was in first place after it happened.
What Josh and I are trying
they
to do
attack me, and
in
it
putting this
fucking made Abu
resolution
so
forward
popular.
is to say enough.
He went from
The
third
House
place to
resolution,
first
sponsored
place.
by Congressman
They put my name
Gottheimer
on the
and
poll. They
Lawler,
were like,
detailed
Hassan Piker
some
is
of
responsible
Piker's
for his,
controversial statements.
With people like Owens and Piker, and they're not welcome in our districts, and none of this language is acceptable either.
Pairing itself up.
While he has apologized for some of his comments and
I'm
has
wearing the
said
MAGA hat.
others were taken out of context, he has continued to praise Hamas.
You seen this?
Yes, I have.
A House resolution.
That's never going to get passed, too.
Hasan Piker, a prominent online streamer, has often used anti-Semitic rhetoric, including expressing support for
He's so
Hamas, a
serious.
designated foreign terrorist organization. Why do you express support for Hamas?
Well, I wouldn't say I express support for all of Hamas's actions or anything. I do say that the Palestinian resistance largely does have an internationally recognized right to resist. Do they violate that sometimes with war crimes? Absolutely. And Hamas certainly has as well. But at the end of the day, Palestinians do have a right to resist militarily.
When you say Hamas is 1,000 times better, do you actually mean that? Or is that a rhetorical move or like a solidarity signal? Like what?
I mean, it's all of the above. I do mean it. I think it's a rhetorical move because it frustrates a lot of people. I've also said I'm a harm reduction voter. I'm a lesser evil voter, and therefore I would vote for Hamas over Israel every single time.
Yeah, I should.
If you say you're voting for Hamas, you're voting
I wasn't going to
for
say it, man.
limited rights for women. You're voting for homophobia. but like this is, right?
No.
Like when you say you're voting for Hamas.
It's not an endorsement of their domestic policies, but I don't think anyone actually cares about their domestic policies. I certainly don't. Every Palestinian, at the end of the day, regardless of their disagreements with Hamas, will always say that Israel is still, the Israeli occupation is the greatest problem that they're facing, the most existential problem that they're facing.
Did you understand when
No!
Most existential problem that they're facing.
Did you understand when just the regular American,
of course, that's the reason
when they see all this?
Well, that's the purpose of that document. The purpose of that document is not to.
What the?
Not the internet. The internet's faster.
Ideology. These guys can't defend that, so they have to attack its prominent critics.
I will always call out anti-Semitism. It's gross, it's immoral, it is a hate crime. There is no space for anti-Semitism.
Hang around the progressive left for any amount of time and you'll likely hear about AIPAC.
I'm speaking about AIPAC.
AIPAC funding.
What makes AIPAC unique is that they're funded by billionaires.
AIPAC, the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, is an American lobbying group that advocates for pro-Israel policies in Washington, D.C.
I did such a good job on that segment, I think.
Is bipartisan,
I
and
fucking
that is
cooked
how
on
it
that
should
segment.
stay.
For decades, politicians on both sides of the aisle have
It goes so
engaged
far,
with
though.
AIPAC and spoken
because
at its annual conference in Washington.
It's
largest AIPAC
the edits are
gathering
fair
in
too.
history,
The edits are not like
and
unfair.
I feel like I am among family.
In Michigan, the group has spent upwards of $30 million against Senate candidate Abdul El-Sayed, who has been critical of the Israeli government and their actions in Gaza. But in parts of the Democratic Party, AIPAC is now deeply unpopular.
Now is the time of monsters. These monsters take many forms. In AIPAC, for whom the only thing more frightening than democracy being allowed to run its course is an end to genocide and Netanyahu's war.
Like other groups, they fund campaigns supporting and opposing candidates. Critics of politicians like Mamdani say that the singling out of AIPAC is anti-Semitic.
Something has happened when elected officials, like our mayor in this city, gaslights Jews, calling AIPAC and the people who support it monsters.
Cori Bush lost her seat in Congress in 2024. She blames AIPAC.
It was a coordinated effort because I was speaking about keeping our money here in this country and not bombing babies in another country.
Another anti-Israel member of Congress, Cori Bush.
More than $7 million was spent to oppose Bush in 2024.
It was a
historically
record-breaking amount.
high amount for a congressional primary race.
so-called squad member faced
Wasn't that
a
one for
fierce
Massey
primary
pretty much
challenge from
breaking
Democratic opponent
Yeah.
Wesley Bell.
Before
That's
Massey
after
was
his
Corey
campaigns
and
on
Jamal
influx
Bowman.
of cash from the Israel-aligned Super PAC, AIPAC.
The ads never said Israel, Palestine, Gaza. The ad said Corey is not a good Democrat.
Bush was good at getting headlines, but bad at actually accomplishing anything.
More than 70% of the spending against her was by a super PAC affiliated with AIPAC. Now Bush is running to win her whole seat back with support from people like Piker.
The second most expensive congressional primary.
Yeah,
That's what it took
record-breaking.
for Israel to subvert the democratic process.
While an activist like Piker puts the issue of Israel front and center in his campaigning, David Hogg's message is squarely focused on getting dark, special interest money out of politics.
There is no way of taking corporate money and just not being in bed with those special interests, right? And rejecting the influence of AIPAC.
But he too brings up AIPAC.
Let me tell you a story. When I first started working in DC,
Corey Bush's primaries on August 4th, as you guys know.
politics,
That's also a
in the
huge
advocacy
race.
world, to then working on the inside. One of the first things that I was told when I got here was do not talk about AIPAC. Do not mention them. Do not think about them. Don't dare go against them. And the thing that was striking to me about that was how eerily similar that sounded to what I remember hearing about the NRA.
This is such a good line coming from David, especially.
Where people
it's one
said
that I
to me,
use all the time too.
you
I
know,
compare
they're
AIPAC
too
to NRA all
powerful.
the
You
time.
guys are just a bunch of kids. You know, what happened at your high school is horrible, but you don't understand. This is the NRA. Nobody's ever going to take them on, but we did, and we won. And we made that organization go from standing for the National Rifle Association to standing for not relevant anymore.
Yeah, I think a lot of
Yeah, 'cause
people
they
watching
fucking-
this
the NRA
to hear
plummeted.
you, a Parkland survivor, talk about AIPAC in the same breath as NRA will be...
They're also blowing up schools in the same exact way.
It shouldn't be. Both are getting kids killed. And I don't draw a line between whether it's kids in Parkland, kids on any street in America, in any community.
Beast mode.
Or if it's kids in Palestine.
Okay, David.
It's not okay.
When you first got here to DC and you were
He
told...
said,
whatever
here's
you
my
do,
hog.
Don't
That's what he
talk
said.
about AIPAC. Don't come after AIPAC.
That's his last name.
Big
His
Pharma.
hog.
I know that.
Puts
Yeah,
a lot
he
of
said,
money
David,
into this town.
David, I'm
Big
showing you
oil,
my hog.
Whatever. Why do you think it was AIPAC you were told to stay quiet about more so than
It's
anything
fine,
else?
Chad. He's not a kid
There are a few
anymore.
groups
Jesus
that had the
Christ. He's
winning
like
streak that
27.
That's the reality. What people
crazy.
fear more than anything are
That's
people
such a
that they
dad
perceive
joke.
to be strong winners.
You're
that
also
can be decisive
35.
in elections.
No, I'm not 35.
You're
AIPAC did
34.
not make anyone
33.
available for an interview
Okay,
for
that's
this
old as
program.
fuck. You're
old
In
as
a
fuck.
statement,
You're so
AIPAC
old.
called Hogg's
5
comments
years, you'll be 40.
despicable and disgusting.
Why you gotta say it
AIPAC
like
said
that?
it is proud to support, quote, principled
40.
Democrats who share our
At least you
commitment
still
to a
got your hair, though.
partnership that is integral
Yes,
to
I
America's
medicate for
national
it.
security. It also pointed out that many Democrats it supports are winning their primaries.
Rogan and
But
Patricia.
what
I
does
got
all
Zoran
of this
on it
mean
too.
for the midterms?
I do like the
Moderate Democrats
little,
are the only ones who have delivered the House and the White
That's
House since Trump came on the scene in
No, he
2015.
made a joke. He said
But
you're
in
the
the
Rogan
Trump
of the
era,
left.
those centrist Democrats have lost the White House twice and only won it once.
True. That's true.
Today is the most popular Israel will be going forward. Tomorrow, Israel will be less popular than it is today. And yesterday, Israel was more popular than it was today. It's done.
This part. So I said something here that like really pissed people off. Like the last point on this entire documentary is just me being like, you know, I'm not gonna have to make that decision. Donnie's like, oh, what would you do if a Democrat? Yeah, it's here. Donnie's like, what would you do if a Democrat doesn't, you know, is like insufficient in their support of Palestine? Or what would you do if a Democrat is like supportive of Israel? Like wins the candidacy, would you still support them? I said, that's not going to be a problem. And everybody lost their minds like for the past week, basically. Spoilers, it was a fucking highlight that they presented. It's been in
That
the
was a
media.
spoiler though. That's why I was like,
Well, Well, I mean, it's been in the media for like the last couple of days. Yeah, I spoiled it. I'm sorry.
That was a spoiler.
I got excited. I got to go back to the Hamas conversation after because it got cut off. But I want to see the full edit, like what they put in there. But it's like my thing always is like, what would you do? Like if you lived in a concentration camp in an open air prison, like you would probably take up arms too. You know what I mean? That's like, it's not like a controversial opinion. It's like, I mean, Israelis admit it. Israelis will say like, yeah, if I was on the other side of that border wall, like I would be, joining the fucking armed forces. Dhoni framed it around fascism as if being pro-Israel isn't being pro-fascism. I know, but it doesn't matter.
What's one thing you feel like you could do better?
Not get into so much trouble. Be more. I'm not the best speaker. Like it's ironic because I speak all the fucking time and I speak about these like convoluted issues, but I get in my own way all the time, and I recognize that, and it's very frustrating for me. I'm like, I wish I was better. I wish I was a better speaker. That's what I wish.
What do you mean better speaker? You're a good speaker.
I don't think I'm good enough. I mean, I think Zoran is a much better speaker than me, for example. Like I wish I had. Because what I do, I ordered so much. What I do requires like generational talent, and I don't have it, and I need to just get better at it. I mean, I'll get there.
I think you're getting better though.
I have gotten better at it.
Exposure therapy.
Yeah,
reps.
But like messaging discipline, keeping it more concise. Like I have a problem. I get in my own way.
They get too excited sometimes.
I get excited. Yeah. I'm in my own head. I get insecure where I'm thinking like, am I gonna fuck this up? Sometimes.
But also you carving your own lane for the way you want it. Everybody can't be the same,
Yeah.
In their way to deliver messages.
This is peak propaganda. CNN got a shot in of Hasan petting a dog. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Get in here. I gotta see if they like label. They didn't label. How am I supposed to know which one is the?
Bro, just open it. It's family style. Who cares?
About like the ice cream.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't give a shit.
What did everybody get in their ice cream?
I got mint and Oreo.
Oh, I don't want to touch that.
I didn't get that.
Oh no, mint and Oreo. David, what the? You're a sociopath. That's like when I heard about what is it, like Ted Bundy's choice of like last choice is like apple pie and a slice of American cheese.
Wait, that's also really good.
You're a sociopath. It's fine.
Man.
Are you surprised?
So I'm just gonna take one bite and hopefully it's not the mint and Oreo one. I ordered heat and Oreo.
I ordered a deluxe, a double deluxe.
I didn't order a
I ordered a single.
Just ordered fries.
Single butter.
I hope
Those
this
are
is
cheese curds. Cheese curds. Wait, there's no tenders.
I ordered tenders.
Oh, there's the mint.
You got it?
Yeah, take it.
you took a second bite. It was good, wasn't it?
No.
Is chat hating on it too? So you can think about moving into a one bite territory. Do your own version.
What? No. Oh, it's back.
As many people as part of that movement as possible, even if that makes you uncomfortable.
John Lovett, John Favreau, and Tommy Vitor all worked for President Barack Obama and now host the hugely popular Pod Save America podcast. They say Democrats need to talk to everyone, including each other.
John, you interviewed.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
Piker, right?
You heard about that.
Right? If you like it, you like it. This is bomb.
You got a lot of even for talking to him. Clearly you don't buy into the idea that somebody like Hasan Piker should not be given a platform.
How dare you platform someone with a huge platform?
Right, yeah. Whether you like this or not, Hasan has a lot of people who listen to him. I don't want to start going down the path, even as we head into 2028, where I say, all right, if you're not with me on this issue, I don't want to listen to you. We had interviewed him before, and it wasn't a big deal before. I think it's sort of what we started this to do, which was to have conversations with people who are involved in politics and let the audience decide what to make of that.
I think the Democratic Party's got to move away from this dumb debate about platforming. Let reasonable adults kind of sort out what they think about it. Mostly, I think it did enormous harm to the Democratic Party, to Democratic candidates, that we refuse to go on other people's shows at a purity test.
The roof is collapsing on the Democratic Party.
Chat, Culver's 10 out of 10.
With insurgent campaigns ousting
Yo, it's bomb.
incumbent Democrats, this primary
Better
face-off
than
is
In-N-Out.
what some are calling the Democrats'
much
Civil
better.
War.
A growing divide
Culver's is
over
better than
Israel
In-N-Out.
is reshaping politics on the left.
Democratic socialists in New York are crazy. Like outright really crazy.
Last June, it was not the end. It was the beginning.
Both sides claim their candidates will be more electable in November.
I want to talk about this idea of electability. Let me be clear. The last people who have any right to lecture us about electability
Okay,
are
bro.
the establishment who lost to Donald Trump twice.
Is the Democrat Party having its Tea Party movement to move to the left?
Even beyond Trump and before Trump, inequality in this country was, expanding at a rapid clip. And there's a lot of people in both parties and across all ideologies who are really pissed off.
Damn, John sounds like me.
And we need candidates who
I've said
are not
that
necessarily
verbatim
tied to the
to
establishment,
him,
but who are
ironically
outsiders,
enough.
whether they're to the left or the center left, who are going to try to challenge the status quo.
I think there's a
Hamas,
debate
not even a question.
about what voters want and what makes a candidate electable. Is
Oh,
it because you're populist, you're relentlessly focused on economic issues, you're
like
maybe
them all. I don't
not a
have a
lawyer
problem
or
with them. I
a
talk to them all the time.
traditional politician, but you're someone new that feels more authentic? Or there's others who think, like, no,
That's what
actually
Israeli
what
love
we
to
need
call
is to
He's Jewish.
sand down some of the edges, like walk back some of the more extreme or furthest left positions the party has taken and run more moderate candidates. The battle for the future of the Democratic Party and the Republican Party is not going to play out like it used to.
Money out of politics,
I'm lactose intolerant too. I didn't take my lactose pills.
A battle that will help set the stage for the 2028 presidential primaries.
Michiganders need someone who stays focused through the noise and
Oh,
gets the job done.
Haley!
Issues like affordability, healthcare,
Israel comes
corporate
to me in my
influence,
dreams.
and of
That's what she
course,
said.
Israel will play a big role.
More than half
Like
of House
2 years?
Democrats voted to end U.S. military
Okay, the
funding
cheese curds
for
are kind of
Israel.
mid though. I'm sorry.
A huge
I wouldn't
jump
get
in
cheese curds
numbers.
from
This is going to
Culver's,
continue
though.
to be a
I'm not a big
prescient
cheese curd guy
issue
though, so I'm
and
not the
something
best
that
like.
Democrats
But
cannot
you go to like a
ignore.
local place and get
The
it.
big question for both wings of the party is whether they can come together after their primaries and back their party's nominees.
They're not fresh.
I have one simple philosophy. Winning is everything, stupid.
The burden is on the left to show why their toxic politics could work anywhere outside of blue places. And to date, they have literally failed in that test.
This is a country that belongs to the working families of America and not just a handful of billionaires.
It's got to be so crazy to be
For
Bernie.
too long,
He's been doing
we've
this
had
his whole
cowards in our
life.
government that have been pushed
And now
around
he's like
by the
800
government
and now it's
of
popping
Israel,
out.
that have been pushed around by the super PAC spending. We are in an environment where people are so sick and tired of the status quo. That's the bigger story here.
David Hogg says ultimately he will support all Democratic candidates as they go against Republicans. But there was one person I wasn't so sure about.
Will you endorse the 2028 candidate if they are pro-Israel in a way that you don't like? If you ultimately are about defeating fascism in this country as you describe it, surely shouldn't you get on board with whoever the main candidate is?
Luckily, I don't think I will have to make that calculation at all because there is 0% chance that whoever the elected Democrat is that wins the primary will be pro-Israel in any way, shape, or form. You'll see.
Wow.
Oh, he ends on that?
Yeah.
You told me, now I didn't really hit the same. You spoiled it.
Bro, you're face deep into that
No, I was about to.
concrete milkshake. You weren't even paying. You were paying half attention.
No, I was paying